Why do I look like I have a double chin right now? I don't like this. So, I just saw my favorite musical live last night that I have been dying to be revived on Broadway since I first was given the 16-bar cuts for Vanilla Ice Cream, Will He Like Me, Dear Friend, and I don't know his name. It's also the shirt I'm wearing. I had to get a shirt. I normally don't get, like, shirts when I see Broadway shows. But, like, oh, it's so soft, too. I love. She loves me. Okay, cutest show ever. I love it. I loved the show going into it, so it was, like, really good that, like, they performed it really well, and I was happy that they didn't, like, totally ruin my favorite musical. Laura Benanti as Amalia. This lipstick matches this shirt perfectly. Like, I'm just realizing this on camera. Okay. She had a really good voice. The only thing is that, and I think it's because she's more of a comedic actress, there were some parts that, like, were clearly done for laughs, and it didn't really seem like it fit the character of Amalia. It was more Laura than Amalia. But, like, it was funny, so it wasn't, like, a big deal. But, like, me personally, I just feel like it didn't fit the character. Because she kind of, like, talked in a high voice and then would just drop to a low voice for a line. And it's like, no, Amalia's supposed to be, like, that really sweet, whatever. It's her take of the character. How many pages are in this? Then Zachary Levi is George. Oh my gosh, he was so good. He was so funny. And I love Zachary Levi. Jane Krakowski as Alona. I was really scared because Alona tends to be cast as a speak singer, and no, she's so amazing as a belter. And Jane Krakowski belted her way through that role, and I was so happy because I Resolve is my favorite song from the show, and it's my favorite musical, so like that means a lot. She was really good. She was a fabulous dancer, and it was really funny. She did like splits like 8 times, and like that's me, except I'm a soprano. Gavin Creel as Kodai. Okay, there's also Bert in Mary Poppins. And that character is very, like, sweet and juvenile, and Kodai is, like, not. But I really liked him as Kodai, because he's that character that I love to hate and hate to love. And Gavin did a really good job portraying that in him. And I was like, I love you. Oh my gosh, and he has like the mustache. Oh my god. Grand Knowing You is probably my second favorite song from the show. I know, I don't really like Amalia's songs that much, believe it or not. I love Will He Like Me, and No More Candy. I actually love No More Candy. It's so funny. Byron Jennings was Mr. Marichak. I loved him as Mr. Marichak. Oh my gosh. Like, I normally just, like, don't have an opinion of Marichak because I feel like I don't like the character. I just feel like he's very bland, which is really kind of sad considering he tries to kill himself and I'm saying he's bland. Anyway, Byron Jennings he was so good as a kid. Like, he made me like the character, and I don't like the character. Nicholas Barish as Arpad. Oh my gosh, he was so adorable. Oh my gosh, he was so cute. He was so adorable as Arpad. Like, I don't know what else to say. He was just adorable, and I loved his acting and his singing and his energy. He had so much energy in Try Me. He was just, like, all over stage. Peter Bartlett as the waiter who sings a romantic atmosphere at, like, the Cafe Imperial. It was so funny. Like, every time he opened his mouth, I was laughing. So now, the scenes themselves. So, because of my little kick. Actually, it's not because of my little kick. It's the only set that I know of doing this. I'm sure that there are other sets that have done it, but it's the only one I know of. Is that when like, the curtain rose, at the beginning of the show, it showed, like, the outside of the perfumery in, like, the streets of Budapest, and I said to myself, it's gonna be like Mary Poppins with the Banks' house, and it's gonna open, and it did, and I was so sad. Like, I knew it was coming, and I was so, like, when it happened, it was so magical. You get to see the inside of the shop, and oh my gosh, it was so cool. I'm sorry, I love this show, so, like, I have a lot of energy thinking about it. And then, within the shop, there's, like, a staircase that actually rotated to show the workroom for, like, I don't know his name, and A Trip to the Library, and, like, a few other scenes. And oh my gosh, it was just, like, it was so cool. And, like, we had really good seats because the Studio 54 is really, like, raked once you get into, like, the mezzanine. So I liked having, like, the overhead view because then you could see, like, the tracks on the stage. And I was, like, following the tracks. And then in Act 1, I was like, wait, what's that track for? And then it was, like, used for the transition in Days Gone By Reprise, where the hospital goes off and Amalia's bedroom comes on, and I was like, yes, yes, yes! And it was just, like, so detailed, like, all the perfume bottles and the labels and, like, the curtains and, like, the way that the counters came out and like the chairs and I loved it so much. I actually really like No More Candy. That was like the one song that like Laura Benanti did like a little funny thing in that song, and I was like, oh, that's funny, but then she kept doing it and I was like, it's kind of getting old. A Romantic Atmosphere. Well, actually, I'll do Sounds While Selling. I love that song. I think it's so funny. It's when, like, all the customers, you're, like, only hearing snippets of their conversation, so it makes no sense and it's completely ridiculous. And it was really funny. The ensemble numbers are supposed to be, like, very busy and, like, A+. Shut up. A Romantic Atmosphere was hilarious. It was, like, complete chaos, and you're just like, yes! Yes! This is ridiculous, and it was kind of raunchy, which I wasn't expecting, but it was hilarious. And then a number that I feel like doesn't get any appreciation, that I have to give some love to, is 12 Days to Christmas. They have the carolers up top pulling back the calendar, saying how many days to Christmas it is, and that was really funny. And then I thought it was funny that was like one by one. They do like go through 12, 11, 10, 9 days to Christmas, 9 days to Christmas, and then like go until it's 4. Yeah, it's 4. But then they're like, oh, the 24th, and just rips it and goes straight to 1. But something I didn't actually notice, I was looking at them when that happened, and there was just so much going on stage, which I really think captures the cast of that scene, because it's kind of about like people being last minute shoppers for Christmas, which is so accurate. And I turn around, I look up, and I'm like, where are the carolers? And then I see that they're all like running to the shop, which is really funny, because I know in like the original Broadway production, I'm pretty sure, because I feel like I've seen a picture of it, the carolers were, like, at one part of the stage. Like, they weren't supposed to, like, they're kind of like, oh, we're singing, and then, like, this is what's happening in the shop. So the fact that that kind of blended together, I thought was really funny. But, yeah. I'm probably gonna see it, like, 8 more times before it closes. And, yeah, like, I totally recommend it. And not just, like, because it's my favorite musical. I had a little mini combo with the chick at the counter when I was buying the shirt. The person in front of me like bought something, and she goes, thank you, madam, please call again. And I left. She's like, finally someone got it. I was like, that's a direct quote from the show. It's literally intermission. How has no one picked up on that? Did feel like a little cattle-ish at the stage door. But at the stage door, Zachary Levi comes out with 2 giant speakers, puts them on chairs, faces them towards everyone, goes through. He literally left his phone on the chair and was just playing music for us at the stage door, so that was really fun. And then he like went around, signed things, and then went around and took pictures again. It was really funny because I was sitting like right by a marquee, so it was like giving off light. He's like, this is good lighting. He kept like pushing me out of the way. And I like looked at him, he's like, you want to get Gavin, don't you? And I was like, yeah. He was like, okay. Laura Benanti was sick, I think. I know she hasn't been feeling well for the past few weeks. So, she didn't come out the stage door, but she signed playbills that were handed out. I have, Cameron Adams. And then I have Zachary Levi, aka Flynn Rider. He's moldered for someone. It was really funny. I don't know his name or what he looks like. Nicholas Farish. Yes, that's it. He was Arpad. He was adorable. And then Gavin Creel. In case you, like, aren't aware, I'm kind of in, like, a Mary Poppins obsession right now. So Gavin Creel is like, I love him. He's not Gavin Lee. I saw Gavin Lee as Bert when I saw the show. And just like everyone in the cast, the ensemble, everyone was so amazing. I'm gonna go. Bye.